Welcome back to Tibbs Farm. Today, I'm going to take that old carburetor off of old Betsy over here, the Ford 8N tractor. And we're going to take it apart. We're not going to clean it down or anything. We're just going to take it apart, show you how to take it apart. If you were going to clean it, that would be the time. And then we're going to put it all back together. So, stay tuned. All right, so the very first thing you want to do is you're going to want to loosen this needle, your main fuel adjustment, all the way out. Take this out. Make sure you don't lose the spring. Keep that. Stay. All right, the next thing we're going to do is these 4 bolts. We're going to remove them. We're going to take those off and separate the top and the bottom. So, I'll be right back. All right, now that I got them loose, I can go and get them the rest of the way with just one hand. So, take those out. This one back here has a little identification plate on it. All right, once you get the screws out, it literally just lifts up. At this point, you can get down there, clean all that out. Make sure that, you know, all these holes are clean and clear. You do have a hole, I don't know if you can see down in there. There is a hole down in there on that side, and there's another one down there. It's not going to focus, is it? Down there, there's a hole. Alright, so we're done with this. If we wanted to, we can open that up. It'll drain possibly a little bit of fuel, but we're not worried about that. From here, you just pull the pin out, take the float off, and you can get to the gasket. And then this little piece right here. Oh, yep, forgot. This barrel right here is pressed in, some aren't. So this one's not. It goes this way. If you see this little, let's see, that little lip right there, it sits flush. But if I were to flip it over, that little lip now sits proud. It would stop the gasket from sitting up in there correctly. So make sure whenever that goes back in, that it's in correctly. And then this little ballpoint pen looking thing, just flip it over, and it should just drop out. If it doesn't drop out, you may have to go and get a tiny screwdriver and kind of twist it a little bit, get it freed up some, and then get it out. Because if that is stuck up in there, you're not getting any fuel down to your fuel bowl, which means you're not getting fuel to the engine. That right there can keep your engine from running. All right, at this point, for the most part, we are done. If you suspect that your jet is clogged up, you can go and take that out. It's a itty bitty little screwdriver. Like, that one don't work. But this little guy right here, it'll get down in there. It'll open it up. Or remove it. And then you can go and, you know, replace it, clean it, whatever you needed to do. Now, if we were going to clean this point, we would clean it. We don't really need to take this thing down any further. If you suspect that there's, you know, contaminants coming in from the fuel lines, you can get a really wide screwdriver. Or, as it looks like someone in the past has already done, you can just kind of hodgepodge it and use just one on the one ear and kind of twist the entire thing around. Well, that's how you end up with damage to that ear right there, not using proper hardware. But you can take that out, clean that out, and then clean the orifice that leaves. Comes right from here. It's just a 90-degree bend in there. But that's about it. Now let's go and put it all back together. Make sure we drop that in there. Put the gasket on. See? I forgot this part. Make sure it's the correct orientation so that the gasket actually does sit. Lay the float down. Start putting the pan in. Alright. At this point, we can go and take the bowl, the lower half, whatever you want to call it, slide it on there. Flip everything over and start installing screws. I will cut back after I get this screw, or not this one, but all four of these screws put back in. All right, so the screws are installed and tightened down. The last thing to do is reinstall this. Now this thing can be slightly tricky because yes, you got this hole right here, but you also have another hole that you just have to fill all the way down in there. Now I'm going to take this all the way in and then back it off 2 full rotations. You know, if I were going to be installing this onto the tractor, that's about where this tractor likes 1, 2. All right. So we got the carburetor disassembled, reassembled. Yeah, I should have taken the time to go and clean it while I had it apart. That way, you know, if the carburetor on the tractor does go to crap, well, got one ready to just toss on, and I'm not spending, you know, all this time plus the removal and installation of the carburetor and however much time it takes to actually clean it. So, all right, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Most of you guys aren't. Let's go and work them numbers up. And as always, have a great day.